Stop what you're doing. Are you ready to face what's coming through? This isn't a game. The Venus peak is here, and it's tearing open realities you didn't even know existed. This event could change everything. Your relationships, your sense of self, your connection to, well, everything. But for those who are awake, who are truly paying attention, this isn't just a threat, it's a doorway to a level of personal transformation you've only dreamed of. If you've been feeling a sense of unease, a pull towards something more, consider this your wake-up call. The Venus peak isn't just another transit. It's an unprecedented surge of Venusian energy, a rogue wave hitting the shores of our reality. Typically, Venus graces us with love, beauty, and harmony, but in this peaked state, something shifts. The veil thins, and what was once subtle becomes glaringly obvious. Starting insert date and intensifying through insert date range, the spiritual atmosphere will be charged. Imagine Venus's influence amplified 1,000-fold, creating vulnerabilities, spiritual portals if you will, in our collective consciousness. These aren't physical gateways, but rather openings in our emotional, mental, physical, relational, and even ancestral landscapes. Think of emotional portals as sudden, overwhelming waves of feeling that aren't even yours. Mental portals can manifest as intrusive thoughts, anxieties that grip you out of nowhere. Relational portals, expect explosive conflicts, misunderstandings amplified beyond reason. And physical portals might express themselves through unexplained fatigue, aches, and illnesses that seem to defy diagnosis. These aren't random occurrences. They're manifestations of the Venus peak's influence, requiring a specific kind of awareness. Have you been experiencing mood swings, a constant buzzing of anxiety, or recurring arguments that seem to come from nowhere? These portals manifest as repeatable patterns in your life, intensified during this peak. Recurring anxieties, a specific symbol haunting your dreams, perhaps distorted faces or crumbling buildings. Keep an eye out for synchronicities involving the numbers 6 and 9, Venus's signature. The universe is speaking, but are you listening? This is where your active participation comes in. Understanding what's happening, engaging proactively, that's what separates those who navigate this challenge from those who are swept away by it. You have a sensitivity, an awareness that most people lack. The Venus peak is more than just an astrological event. It's a catalyst for a larger spiritual evolution. Cycles of renewal always follow periods of intense chaos, and this peak is forcing us to confront unresolved issues, both individually and as a collective. Ignoring this event could have life-altering consequences. Imagine relationships fractured, careers stagnating, your mental and spiritual well-being eroding. Neglected portals only intensify, manifesting into long-term problems. Yet understanding the Venus peak can unlock your personal potential, allowing you to close harmful portals, harness its energy for manifestation, and develop a deeper connection to your intuition. Knowledge isn't just power, it's your compass in this storm. This isn't about being a victim. You are an active participant in your own transformation, capable of learning, adapting, and thriving. Venus in astrology is associated with love, beauty, relationships, values, and abundance. Think of Aphrodite, the goddess of desire, creativity, and harmony. Typically, Venus brings balance, but during this peaked state, what happens to that balance? Spiritual portals, then, act as conduits for energy and information, both positive and negative. Our thoughts and emotions become the keys, opening or closing these pathways. There are natural portals, the kind you might experience during meditation, but the ones created by the Venus peak are different, more volatile. Now, what about the entities drawn to these openings? Benevolent guides, trickster spirits, and even aspects of your own shadow self might be drawn to the light or the chaos. How do you discern their intentions? And how do we protect ourselves from the unwanted energies flooding through? Have you felt a pressure, an intensity in the air that you can't ignore? Are you experiencing more emotional sensitivity than usual? Perhaps vivid dreams, strange synchronicities, a sense that something is off. This isn't just another astrological event. It's a signal, a cosmic key that can unlock hidden potentials, but also unleash dormant chaos. These experiences are interconnected, part of a larger pattern the universe is trying to show you. Pay attention to those signs, they're whispering secrets of what's to come. In the next part of this video, we'll reveal the specific techniques and strategies you need to navigate this Venus peak, including how to build a shield of light, ground your energy, and clear away the negativity trying to come through. So, you felt that pressure, that intensity. You're not imagining it, you're experiencing the ripple effects of the Venus peak. Now let's dive deeper into identifying these spiritual portals in your daily life. These aren't shimmering doorways in your living room, but intensified states of consciousness, moments where your vulnerability is dialed up to 11. Think of emotional portals like this. You're having a perfectly fine day, and then someone makes a minor comment, a tiny jab, and suddenly you're drowning in a wave of sadness or rage that feels completely out of proportion. It's like a switch flips, and you're flooded with an emotion that seems to come from nowhere. This isn't just being sensitive, it's an emotional portal amplifying underlying vulnerabilities. Normal sadness might be feeling down after watching a sad movie, but a portal-induced sadness feels like a crushing weight, an inexplicable despair that lingers for hours or even days. Mental portals manifest differently. Imagine sitting down to work on a project you usually enjoy, and suddenly your mind is a whirlwind of intrusive thoughts, spiraling anxieties, and an utter inability to focus. You can't silence the noise in your head. You're trapped in a loop of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. It's not just procrastination, it's a complete mental block, a sense of being overwhelmed by forces beyond your control. This is in stark contrast to regular distractions. Mental portals feel like a mental siege, actively preventing clear thought. Relational portals. These are the breeding grounds for explosive conflict. A simple disagreement with your partner escalates into a shouting match filled with accusations and resentments that have been buried for years. You both say things you instantly regret, creating a chasm of emotional distance that feels impossible to bridge. It's not just a fight. It's a relational earthquake, shaking the foundations of your connection. Before the Venus peak, these arguments might be infrequent and manageable. During the peak, relational portals transform them into destructive storms that rip apart your emotional bonds. Even your physical body isn't immune. Physical portals might manifest as unexplained fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure, aches and pains that doctors can't diagnose, or a sudden compromise in your immune system, leaving you vulnerable to every bug that comes your way. It's not just feeling under the weather, it's a physical shutdown, a sense of your life force being drained. You might find yourself battling constant colds, mysterious skin rashes, or a persistent feeling of being physically depleted, even without strenuous activity. Before, you might attribute these symptoms to stress, but a physical portal amplifies them into debilitating roadblocks. So, how do you identify portal activity? Start by asking yourself these questions. Am I experiencing emotions that feel disproportionate to the situation? Are these thoughts my own, or do they feel intrusive, like unwelcome guests in my mind? Are my relationships suddenly strained, filled with conflict and misunderstandings? Is my body betraying me with unexplained symptoms and chronic fatigue? Keep a journal. Track your emotional states, mental patterns, and physical sensations throughout the day. Note any recurring themes, triggers, or patterns that emerge. This isn't just about documenting your feelings, it's about becoming a detective, piecing together the clues that the universe is leaving for you. Don't dismiss anything as coincidence. Look for the connections, the subtle threads that weave these experiences together. And what about those external events, the synchronicities that seem to pop up out of nowhere? Pay attention to the people who enter your life, especially those who trigger old wounds or reflect shadow aspects of yourself. Are you repeatedly encountering individuals who push your buttons, challenge your beliefs, or remind you of past traumas? These aren't random encounters. They're reflections of the energies swirling around you, opportunities for growth and healing. Also, be alert to seeing repeating number sequences like 666 or 999. While 666 is often associated with negativity, in this context, it can signify the shadow aspects of Venus excess, indulgence, and materialism. 999, on the other hand, symbolizes completion and transition, a sign that you're on the verge of a major breakthrough. But here's a crucial point. Not every intense emotion or unusual event indicates a dangerous portal. Sometimes, it's just life. You need to discern between genuine spiritual experiences and those amplified by the Venus peak. Positive experiences, like moments of profound connection with loved ones, bursts of creative inspiration, or sudden insights that illuminate your path, can also be heightened during this time. These indicate positive portals, doorways to greater joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Embrace these moments, nurture them, and allow them to guide you towards your highest potential. Now, let's refine the concept of unseen forces. These entities aren't always external beings lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce. Often, they're aspects of your own psyche, fragments of yourself that have been hidden, repressed, or disowned. The trickster spirit, for example, might represent a suppressed desire for rebellion, a yearning to break free from the constraints of your life and embrace your wild side. It could be a manifestation of self-sabotage, a part of you that secretly undermines your efforts to succeed because you fear the responsibility that comes with success. It's not an external demon trying to ruin your life. It's a part of you that's afraid of change, clinging to the familiar, even if it's destructive. Benevolent guides, on the other hand, might not manifest as booming voices from the heavens, but rather as subtle nudges of inner wisdom, flashes of intuition that guide you towards the right path. They're not external entities dictating your every move. They're the voice of your higher self, whispering guidance and support when you need it most. They are the embodiment of clarity, peace, and knowing. And then there's your shadow self, the repository of all the traits and emotions you've rejected and disowned. It projects hidden fears and insecurities onto others, leading to conflict and mistrust. You might constantly accuse your partner of being unfaithful, not because they've done anything wrong, but because you secretly fear that you're not good enough, that they'll eventually leave you. It's not their fault. It's your own insecurities manifesting as paranoia and suspicion. This is an important distinction from normal fears. So how do you discern the intentions of these entities, whether internal or external? Ask yourself, does this energy feel supportive and empowering, or draining and manipulative? Does this message align with my core values and intuition, or does it feel dissonant, like a jarring note in your soul's symphony? Trust your gut. It's your most reliable compass in this realm. If something feels off, it probably is. Consider the subtle signs. A benevolent guide will offer subtle nudges and synchronicities that lead to positive change and alignment. You might suddenly stumble upon the perfect book, meet the right person at the right time, or receive an unexpected opportunity that propels you forward. These aren't coincidences. They're breadcrumbs on your path, guiding you towards your destiny. A trickster spirit, however, will create chaos and confusion, leading to impulsive decisions and negative consequences. You might find yourself making rash choices, engaging in self-destructive behaviors, or sabotaging your own success. These are red flags, warning you to be cautious and reevaluate your actions. And your shadow self will project hidden fears and insecurities onto others, leading to conflict and mistrust. You might constantly find yourself arguing with loved ones, questioning their motives, or feeling like you're surrounded by enemies. These are signs that you need to turn inward, confront your own demons, and heal the wounds that are fueling your paranoia. And what about the ethical considerations? It's crucial to respect boundaries and avoid attempts to directly contact or control these entities. Approach these energies with curiosity and openness, but also with caution and discernment. You are not entitled to control any entity. Your goal is to understand and integrate the energies they represent, not to dominate them. Think of it as a dance. You're learning to move in harmony with these forces, not forcing them to bend to your will. Now let's get practical. How do you protect yourself from these energies? It starts with grounding. Imagine roots extending from your feet, deep into the earth, drawing energy and stability from the planet. Feel the solid ground beneath you, anchoring you in the present moment. Visualize this connection as a lifeline, constantly replenishing your energy and shielding you from the chaos around you. Practice this visualization daily, especially during times of stress or uncertainty. Connect with nature. Walk barefoot on the grass, hug a tree, or simply sit beneath the sky and breathe. Feel the earth's energy flowing through you, grounding you and reconnecting you to your roots. Nature is a powerful antidote to the chaos of the modern world, a sanctuary where you can recharge your batteries and find your center. Let the earth be your anchor. Practice mindful breathing. Take slow, deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple act can anchor you in the present moment, reducing anxiety and quieting the noise in your mind. Inhale peace, exhale fear. With each breath, you become more grounded, more centered, more resilient to the energies swirling around you. Next, energy-clearing rituals. Smudging with sage or other cleansing herbs can clear away unwanted energies from your body and space. Light the sage, let the smoke fill the room, and visualize it carrying away any negativity, any stagnant energy that's been clinging to you. Focus your intention on cleansing and purifying your aura, creating a fresh start. Take a salt bath. Add Epsom salts or sea salt to warm water and soak for at least 20 minutes. Visualize the salt drawing out any impurities, any negative energy that's been weighing you down. Feel the water washing away your stress, your anxieties, your fears, leaving you feeling refreshed and renewed. The salt acts as a magnet, pulling away the negativity and leaving you cleansed and invigorated. Visualize a waterfall of light washing away unwanted energies. Imagine a stream of pure white light cascading over you, cleansing every cell in your body, washing away any negativity, any darkness that's been clinging to you. Feel the light penetrating your aura, purifying your energy field, leaving you feeling radiant and renewed. Let the light be your shield, your protector, your guide. And finally, shielding visualizations. Visualize a bubble of white light surrounding your body, deflecting negative energies and intentions. See this bubble as an impenetrable shield, protecting you from harm, allowing only positive energies to enter. Reinforce this shield with affirmations: I am protected, I am safe, I am surrounded by love and light. And combine these techniques. Grounding, clearing, and shielding should become a daily routine, a spiritual hygiene practice that protects you from the energies swirling around you. Like brushing your teeth, these practices are essential for maintaining your spiritual health and well-being. Ground yourself in the morning, clear your energy in the evening, and shield yourself throughout the day. Remember, the Venus Peak isn't just a threat. It's an opportunity for accelerated spiritual evolution. The intensified emotions and challenges can force you to confront unresolved issues and break free from limiting patterns. What fears or insecurities are being triggered? What relationships are feeling strained? What limiting beliefs are holding you back? Identify these patterns and then commit to releasing them. Forgive yourself and others for past hurts, releasing resentment and negativity. Holding on to anger and resentment only strengthens the dangerous portals, making them more difficult to close. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness and resentment. It is self-compassion in its purest form. Set clear intentions for what you want to create in your life, aligning with your true values and desires. What do you truly want to manifest in your relationships, career, and spiritual life? What steps can you take to align your actions with your intentions? Your intentions are the seeds you plant in the garden of your soul. Nurture them with love, water them with action, and watch them blossom into your reality. Embrace the unknown and trust that the universe is guiding you towards your highest potential. Change can be scary, but it's also essential for growth. Trust that even in the midst of chaos, there is a divine order at play. Surrender to the flow of life and allow the universe to guide you towards your destiny. The future awaits, a future filled with deeper connections, greater abundance, and a stronger sense of purpose. You are not alone in this journey. The universe is offering unwavering guidance and support. The universe wants you to succeed. remember the techniques we've discussed. Grounding, clearing, shielding, forgiveness, intention setting, and trust. They work together, creating a powerful force field of protection and empowerment. Now, share your experiences in the comments. What portals have you identified in your life? What techniques have you found most helpful? By sharing your stories, you create a sense of community and shared purpose, reminding each other that we're all in this together. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore how to navigate future astrological events and continue your journey of personal and spiritual growth. So you're armed with techniques and you're alert to the signs. But what is this Venus peak, really? It's not some malevolent force descending upon us. It's more like a cosmic amplifier, boosting everything that's already here, the good, the bad, and the deeply buried. Those dangerous spiritual portals, they're dangerous because they expose what we've been avoiding within ourselves: unresolved conflicts, suppressed emotions, the limiting beliefs we've let define us. It's not about external demons, it's about facing our own. The Venus peak shines a spotlight on both our inner light and our deepest shadows. It's intense, yes, but that intensity is a catalyst, prompting us to finally look inward and transform. Remember, the energy itself is neutral. It's our response that determines the outcome, whether we succumb to fear or rise to the occasion. Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you? Maybe it's just you. Think of it this way: those emotional portals we discussed, the sudden waves of sadness or rage, those aren't random attacks. They're signals pointing you toward unhealed wounds, patterns of self-sabotage, the stories you've been telling yourself that no longer serve you. The simplified guide looks like this. If you experience an emotion that feels disproportionate to the situation, ask yourself, what unresolved issue is this triggering? If the answer reveals a past trauma, a limiting belief, or a pattern of self-sabotage, then it's likely a portal highlighting what needs healing. Journal your experiences. Emotional, mental, relational, and physical patterns will become clear when examined on paper. You now possess a personalized map to spiritual freedom and personal transformation. You have the power to navigate these energies effectively, to close the dangerous portals and open doorways to greater joy and fulfillment. Grounding, clearing, shielding, discernment, these aren't just one-time fixes. They're ongoing practices, like maintaining good spiritual hygiene. They're like brushing your teeth, taking a daily shower, essential for preventing illness and maintaining overall well-being. And remember, these tools are adaptable. You can modify them to suit your individual needs and preferences, creating a personalized toolkit for navigating any energetic storm. Find the grounding technique that resonates most with you, the energy-clearing ritual that feels most effective. Adapt and refine. This isn't just about individual protection, it's about contributing to something larger. The Venus peak is part of a broader shift in consciousness, a planetary awakening. Other astrological events, cultural trends, and scientific discoveries all point to a growing awareness of spiritual and energetic realities. This peak is contributing to the breakdown of old, outdated structures and the emergence of new paradigms based on compassion, collaboration, and authenticity. Recognize these patterns is also about the collective good. By healing our own wounds and aligning with our true purpose, we create a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. A critical mass of awakened individuals can literally create a more compassionate and harmonious world. What are you waiting for? The time is now. So, what does this all mean for you moving forward? The skills you've learned during this time, grounding, discernment, self-care, will be invaluable in navigating future challenges, upcoming astrological events, and potential crises. Consider the Venus peak a training ground, a boot camp for developing spiritual resilience. The world is rapidly changing, and continuous learning and adaptation are essential for thriving, not just surviving. You can now recognize the skills you have gained. This experience has fundamentally shifted your understanding of reality. You're more attuned to your intuition, more capable of making conscious choices, and more deeply connected to something larger than yourself. You are now more aware of your role in the cosmic unfolding. Remember that initial anxiety, that sense of unease. If you're still feeling it, reach for those grounding techniques, breathe deeply, and remember that you possess the power to calm your nervous system. And those unseen forces, while they can seem intimidating, remember that they're often reflections of your own higher self, your own inner wisdom guiding you towards your greatest potential. The positive vision of the future, with its abundance, joy, and connection, isn't just a pipe dream. It's a potential reality that awaits those who embrace transformation. You are empowered to create your own reality, to live in harmony with one another, to experience deeper connections with loved ones, a stronger sense of purpose, and increased creativity and joy. What limitations are you willing to let go of? The underlying fear of the unknown? It's natural, but don't let it paralyze you. Even in times of chaos and uncertainty, there is always an opportunity for growth, for reinvention, for deeper meaning. The unknown isn't something to be feared. It's a source of possibility, of adventure, of endless potential. You are not alone, and the universe is always offering guidance and support, even when it doesn't feel that way. Take a moment to breathe deeply, to acknowledge your own strength and resilience. And as a gift from me to you, I offer this affirmation to seal in your positive intentions. I am safe, I am strong, I am divinely guided. I'm open to receiving all the abundance, joy, and love that the universe has in store for me. Now that you understand how to navigate these spiritual portals, consider this. What will you create with this newfound power? How can we use this knowledge to build more resilient and compassionate communities, to heal the wounds of the past, and to create a brighter future for all? In future videos, we'll be exploring specific techniques for working with benevolent entities, deciphering dream symbolism, and creating powerful manifestation rituals. We'll also be discussing the upcoming specific astrological event and how it will impact your personal and collective journey. The goal is to use this information for good. What patterns have you noticed in your own life during the Venus peak? Share your experiences, your insights, your questions in the comments below. Let's create a community of support and shared purpose. What questions do you still have about spiritual portals and entity interactions? We'll be answering questions in a future Q&A video, so don't be shy. And as we move into next astrological event, be prepared for even more profound shifts and challenges. But remember, you are now equipped with the tools and knowledge to navigate whatever comes your way. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on astrology, spirituality, and personal transformation. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, you are powerful, you are loved, and you are not alone. Until next time, take care and keep shining